Welcome back to an all-new season of Too Fast Exiting. This episode, we're going to do a series to teach people about the drivers, new people, so they can learn how to pick their drivers. And we're going to talk about the goods and the bads, all that and more with Too Fast Exiting.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Too Fast Exiting. If you haven't watched NASCAR since Dale Jr. or Jimmy Johnson, you might not know all of these new players. So that's what we're here for, to help you out. And we are going to go through them by number. So we are starting with my favorite, Ross Chastain.
Yeah, we're going to do
number 1.
1 through 7. And by the time we get to the Clash, we will have gone through all 36 of the full-time drivers. So hopefully by the start of the Clash, you'll be able to pick a driver that you like. And what we'll do is, as we come across our favorite drivers, which we are both going to come across our favorite drivers in this first episode, we'll tell you why we picked those drivers, why they became our favorite driver. Maybe that'll help you decide who you want to be your favorite driver.
Yeah, pick Ross Chastain. So, Ross Lee Chastain was born in December 4th, 1992 in Alva, Florida. Did I say that right? Sounds right.
Yeah, it's pronounced Florida.
Alva. He has the nickname of the Watermelon Man. He is most famous for his full send, or Hail Melon, at Martinsville in 2022 to make the playoffs. I think he was 3 points down.
He needed 2 points to get in.
2 points. And he was not about to get it. So on that last corner, he just hit the gas, put himself on the wall, and passed everybody, including Denny Hamlin.
It was very exciting to watch in person. Not in person, but live on TV.
But that's probably, I feel like you got a lot of new fans out of that. So look that one up. You might be rooting for Chastain after that.
Mm-hmm.
When he does win, he gets on the roof of his car and smashes watermelons and then eats them afterwards during the interview. He has 4 wins and he started racing at age 12. And I just want to point out that unlike some people on this list, he is not like a legacy driver. There's nobody that owns a team or anything like that. His dad raced as a hobby and he liked it so much that he took it to the next level. Which is why I like him.
Ross Chastain the drivers keep their contract. NASCAR does this a lot. They keep their contracts kind of hidden. But we know that Ross Chastain is at least signed with his team, Trackhouse, through 2025. Trackhouse is a Chevy, for folks that matters to. Trackhouse is also owned by Justin Marks and Mr. Worldwide himself. Pitbull. His sponsors, some of these are just rumors, but so you take it with a grain of salt. Busch Beer that he got from Harvick, Moose Fraternity, Worldwide Express, not related to Mr. Worldwide, Kubota, and Jockey. I like the Jockey car. It's the red, white, and blue, looks like a flag.
Oh yeah.
I like the paint scheme on the Kubota because it's the orange and black. It looks good. Ross Chastain, Watermelon Man. Now, they call him that because he was a watermelon farmer. Yeah. 7th generation, is that right?
His whole family's been doing it.
But they could also call him that because after that Hail Melon move, he's probably got nuts the size of watermelons. Some pros about him. He's your driver. What do you got?
He's my driver.
What are your pros?
Okay. I met him.
Why did you pull for him first?
At first?
Yeah, why did you pull for him?
At first, I pulled for him because he reminded me of Harvick in his younger days.
Okay.
He was aggressive, making the moves, wasn't afraid to spin people out. That's what I like to see. But then, he had so many, good moves. Some people these days just seem to be so timid, and he was not afraid. And then I met him in Bristol, when we went to the Bristol race at Food City. Mm-hmm. He was handing out watermelon. We didn't get any. We were there right at the end. He's the nicest guy. He literally always does have a smile on his face. He's skinny. A lot skinnier than I thought. But yeah, that's my man. Love him.
What's some pros about him?
Everything. Everything's a pro. I will say my mom now likes Ross Chastain, And sometimes it could be as simple as he had the American flag car.
Well, yeah, when we took her to Talladega.
Yeah, we went to Talladega. So she liked the American flag car, and then he was winning for a lot of that, and he didn't end up winning. But yeah, that's all it took for her to pick him.
Yeah, some pros. The Hellmelon, obviously, that's gonna live on. He was also known for just getting people out of his way if he wanted to.
He's an aggressive driver. I like that.
I think even Dale Jr. on Dale Jr. Download commented that he could be the next Dale Earnhardt Sr. with the right promotion. Some cons. It's hard for him to sit in his seat now because his ass got chewed off by Hendrick and Chevy before wrecking some Hendrick drivers who turned around and wrecked him later on, and nothing ever happened. But I think after he got in trouble, it seemed to me. Now, I could be wrong because he won the last race of the season.
Yeah.
He kind of backed off.
He did. He did back off for a little while there.
And he wasn't getting the wins.
So I guess a con would be he hasn't made a lot of friends out there. So, could go either way.
So, if you're a fan of the number one, if you're a fan of Chevys, if you're a fan of Pitbull, watermelons. If you like a guy that's going to wreck people, that they'll get a win and do what needs to be done to get a win. If you like Ash,
if you think I'm smart and have good picks and good taste,
then Ross Chastain may be your guy.
All right, moving on.
Moving on to number two.
Number two is Austin Louis Cindric. I wanted to make that French, but I guess it's Louis, not Louis. Cindric. He was born September 2nd, 1998 in Columbus, Ohio.
A baby.
He has the nickname of the Blue Deuce.
Yeah, it's that's just a nickname that gets passed on to that car, really, because he's driving the number two. But whoever drives the number two has the nickname of the Blue Deuce. So.
Okay, Blue Deuce. Never heard it. He is son of Team Penske's president.
Team Penske. Let me help our reading here.
Penske president is hard.
Uh-huh.
Tim Cindric. He's the grandson of former Indy team owner and Red Roof Inn founder Jim Truman. Okay. 2022 Rookie of the Year. 2022 Daytona 500 champion. He has one win and started racing in 2013 around the age of 15.
Yeah, so he at least has a contract through 2024 with Penske, their Ford's number two car, made famous by the likes of Rusty Wallace and also Brad Keselowski. His sponsors: Menards, Discount Tires, Auto Trader, Freightliner, Keystone Light, another beer, and Snap-on.
Maybe the mechanics out there, they like Snap-on.
So, some pros. He did the all-driver broadcast.
I was going to bring that up.
And he was super funny.
He was so funny.
So, he's got a good sense of humor. He's already a Daytona 500 champion. He won Rookie of the Year his first year. He's really good on road courses too. So
yes, that's when I started liking him. When they were on the road course, it started raining. Everybody's giving up, putting on their rain tires, and he just stayed out there and he killed it for a long time.
Yeah,
that's my biggest memory of him racing.
Some cons: he's young. He's
He could be a pro. You get to watch him longer.
Yeah, but you could also say that he might be one of those spoiled guys that gets a ride because of family, because his dad is one of the top guys in Penske.
Earlier.
Yeah, so that's a con. You might have to hear it. I just want to give you the cons you might hear at the racetrack.
Right.
If you pull for these people.
Yeah.
Because you got to have something to fire back at people with too. So, but yeah. Nothing too bad to say about him. You know, he's new. He hasn't done enough to get any slams. He's only won one race, which is more than a lot of people though, and he's won the Daytona 500, his first race. So
I don't think he has any big enemies out there.
I don't think so.
Seems like a nice guy.
You don't really hear much Cindric hate.
No, gets along with everybody.
I know he butted heads with Blaney when he got that win, his teammate, because he didn't stick with him. They could have had a 1-2 finish, but It's Daytona 500.
Yeah. All right.
On to number 3.
Number 3, Austin Reed Dillon. He was born April 27th, 1990, from Welcome, North Carolina. He has the nickname of Ace. He's the grandson, see, another grandson of something, of RCR owner Richard Childress, and older brother of Ty Dillon. 2018 Daytona 500 champion. Featured in Austin Dillon's Life in the Fast Lane. I watched that. It was pretty interesting. He seems a lot shyer on that show.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you can watch that, see if you like him or not. Married to former NHL cheerleader Whitney Ward. I don't know why that's relevant. Okay.
It's relevant.
To you. And played in the 2002 Little League World Series. Not sure how that's relevant.
That's stats, baby.
He has 4 wins and started racing in 2005 at age 15.
Yeah. Austin Dillon he's got a contract through at least 2025. Again, we know very little about these contracts, but
yeah,
at least 2025. He drives for Richard Childress, RCR, in a Chevy. Bass Pro Shops is a sponsor. Bioethanol, Dow, Andy's Frozen Custard, Bretzi, Hook, and Bet MGM. And I also saw last year, I want to say it was like Morgan & Morgan sponsored them one time.
Was that him?
Yeah. Him and Kyle Busch. They're teammates. Some pros. He's RCR, he's Richard Childress' grandson.
You used to go for him.
Yeah, I used to go for him. I did at one point. He drives the number 3, made famous by Dale Earnhardt Sr. So those are some pros. He's won the Daytona 500. He's won he's won the Coke 600. He's won some big races.
Yeah.
Not many, but he's won some. He was an Xfinity Series champion. I want to say he was a truck champion. Like he can win places. But along those lines, and he's married to Whitney, beautiful lady. He's got a son named Ace.
That has to do with racing.
But cons, he's also driving the number 3 car. So a lot of folks feel like that number should have been retired with Dale Sr. So if you're pulling for him, you're probably going to hear something like that at the track. They call him the Silver Spoon Kid because his granddad put him in a seat.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's proven that he can win championships at top levels. So
yeah,
he's it's not like he's a terrible driver.
He hasn't been great
not
last
great.
year.
He didn't do great, but
Yeah.
those are the things you're gonna hear about him. Some people say he bitches and moans too much too. So
That.
there you go.
Speaking of numbers that should have been retired. Just kidding. Number 4. Previously, my all-time favorite, Kevin Harvick, will be taken over this year by Joshua William Berry. He was born October 22nd, 1990 in Hendersonville, Tennessee. 2023 NASCAR All-Star Race Open winner, but he has 0 regular season wins. 3 top 10s in 12 races. He met his future car owner, Dale Jr., while on an online sim racing league when he was a bank teller to fund his racing career at Nashville Fairgrounds. And I did not know this. A classmate of Joseph Newgarden, I don't know who that is, but I didn't know.
Indy driver.
Okay, and Taylor Swift, that was the part.
I don't know who that is.
I was
Is that Travis Kelce's girlfriend?
Oh, gosh.
The skinny thing with no ass? Okay. I think I remember that now.
I didn't know that.
Josh Berry. We don't know how long his contract is, so at least 1 year.
Yeah.
He is driving the number 4. This will be his rookie year, but he's already made several starts filling in for the guy that wanted to race sprint cars and the other guy that
Broke his back.
thought he was a snowboarder.
Snowboarder, yeah.
So he's been filling in here and there. He's done pretty good.
Yeah.
He's worked his way up You like to see a hard worker. He drives a Ford for Stewart Haas Racing. We don't have any information on sponsors yet, but I can almost safely guess he'll be sponsored by Mobile One, and I'm sure we'll see Haas automation or whatever on the side of the car at some point.
He didn't get Bush beer though.
No, and Hunt Brothers Pizza left too. So.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they wanted
not getting that either.
Sliced bread. So some pros. He, like we said, he worked his way up. He impressed Junior enough to get a ride.
Yeah.
I like somebody that works their way up.
Yeah. He's good on the Sims.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid in his role as a fill-in. He's probably a shoe-in for Rookie of the Year.
That's true.
So I don't even know there's a couple other rookies. Actually, he might have a challenge with Hosford. Looked pretty good at times he was in. We don't know. Zane Smith did pretty good too. Anyway, moving on. Some cons.
He's new.
He's a rookie. He's got some experience, but he's still a rookie. Yeah. That could also be a pro, because some people like to be like, hey, I pulled for him his rookie year. I did that with Gordon. I started pulling for him his rookie year. That just did some pride. I've been with you the whole time, type deal. But that's all I can really say. There's not much to say about a rookie.
Yeah, we just don't know that much about him yet. We'll have to see how he does this year. It'll be a very telling year for him.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. Kyle Miata Larson.
What was that middle one?
Miata?
Miata?
Miata. He's Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like that's probably more prevalent there.
Yeah, if you're Japanese, you might like this guy.
Anyway, he was born July 31st, 1992, from Elk Grove, California. He has the nickname of Young Money.
Look how it's spelled.
Yeah, Y-U-N-G.
Seems kind of Asian, doesn't it?
Hey. 2021 NASCAR. I don't want to go through all this stuff, do I?
Yeah.
2021 NASCAR Cup champion. 2021 regular season champion. 2019, 2021, 2023 All-Star race winner. 2020, 2021 Chili Bowl Nationals winner. He has 23 wins. You can see why a lot of people like this guy. You want somebody who wins all the time? There you go. Kyle Larson. He attended his first race a week after he was born. I don't feel like that counts. Started racing at age 7. His mother is Japanese American, and he was the 2014 Rookie of the Year. You can tell I don't really like Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson, his contract is at least through 2026. He drives for Hendrick Motorsports, a Chevy. Sponsors are HendricksCars.com and Valvoline.
That's it?
Also, I don't know if we mentioned it earlier, he's the 2021 champion.
I feel like we mentioned it.
So, some pros. He's a good driver.
Apparently.
It's hard to argue that.
Yeah.
He wins. If you like somebody that wins, to me that's just boring. If they win all the time.
He's like 5'5". 5'4".
That's a con, right? Or is that a pro?
I don't know.
I'm 5'5".
Maybe it helps him because he's winning.
I'm going to go with that being a pro.
He's a pro. Let's go with that.
Some cons. He's very loose on the N-word. He slings that around like he's slinging dice or something.
I don't know where we were going.
I guess he got in trouble for dropping the N-word. I guess thought he'd get away with it since he's part Japanese or something. No.
It's not even close. We
So
don't like him.
he got suspended, and then he came back, and Hendrick hired him, and he's been doing it awesome since then.
Our friends like him.
Well, people make mistakes, right? Gotta make better choices.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
Number 6, Bradley Aaron Keselowski. Bradley. It's weird having Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
February 12th, 1984 is when he was born in Rochester.
19 what?
1984.
Okay. I thought you said 1904.
You need to listen better.
You ain't that old.
Put your listening ears on. Rochester Hills, Michigan. Nickname? Brad K. Yeah.
Creative.
This is really creative. 2012 NASCAR champion. Named one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers. 35 wins of Polish descent. Again, I don't know why these facts matter. But okay.
Maybe people don't like Polacks. Maybe they love them. I don't know.
Son of Bob Keselowski, who did...
He was a Truck Series driver.
Truck Series driver.
Pretty good, too.
Started racing in the Truck Series at age 20. So he has started later than everybody else here.
Late bloomer.
And has more wins than
Well,
everybody else here.
he didn't start later than old
He's
Josh
also
Berry.
older than anyone else that we've talked about yet.
Brad Keselowski. He is part owner of RFK Racing, so his contract is until he just decides he don't want to drive no more.
Yeah.
2012 champion. He is sponsored by Castrol and Violet Defense. He drives a Ford. He's also sponsored by Solomon Plumbing, Kings Hawaiian, Aspirion Therapeutics, Fastenal Bodyguard, and Wyndham Rewards. The King's Hawaiian car looks pretty good. I gotta say, RFK knows what they're doing with those shiny number decals.
Love the shiny number.
Mirror, it looks good.
Those are the best.
Some pros. He
has 35 wins.
He's also like a big supporter of the military. So when he wins, he gets this big American flag and he flies it around like he's the Hacksaw Jim Duggan of NASCAR, and it's pretty cool. Some other pros. He, like we said, he's a team owner. He seems like a good leader for his team.
Yeah.
He's been in the sport a while, so you got that going for you. And since he's part owner, you know he's not going to lose his ride.
And he's got experience.
Some cons.
He could retire at any time.
He could at any time. He could just walk away and you'd be
this
like,
could be his last season. We don't know.
Or he might stick around for a while.
Yeah.
Another con, that's just a pet peeve of mine. Now, I know they say people like to hear their name. It's the most beautiful sound anyone can hear.
Is it?
But if you ever hear this man, Brad Keselowski, get interviewed by anybody, the whole time he's sitting there, well, Ricky, oh, Ricky, and he just says the person's name in such a way that it irritates me.
That is just you.
And I'm pretty sure his smile is upside down. I'll post a picture of his smile down here. I'm pretty sure he smiles like this.
He's got a face.
It's a weird smile. It's a weird smile. I like the guy. Weird smile. Also, another con, he pushes a lot on restrictor plate racing, which caused, one time, Carl Edwards to wreck, which Carl Edwards' cousin Carl retaliated and wrecked him right back. So, I don't know. The upside down smile, the name saying cons, but
this is how you're gonna pick your next favorite driver. It's the little things that'll get you.
It's the American flag thing, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Do love the support for the troops.
We'll give them that. All right, now.
Save the best for last.
No, the best was first. Number 7, Corey Daniel LaJoie. Born September 25th, 1991 in Charlotte, North Carolina. His nickname is Super Shoe.
Yeah. He got that nickname because his dad, Randy LaJoie, had a shop, and they had go-karts out there, and Corey would race the go-karts to get some of the guys that worked in the shop, and they just nicknamed him Super Shoe because he was, a good driver.
Is that something to do with, feet on the pedals or something? I don't get it.
I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with his hands.
He is the son of two-time Busch Series champ
Randy LaJoie.
Randy LaJoie.
Yeah.
Typo.
Mm.
He has 0 wins, but 8 top 10s. We can give him that. He started racing at age 5. He has a podcast. I feel like that's what got this guy. Called Stacking Pennies. So look up the podcast Stacking Pennies. You'll see if you like Corey LaJoie or not. Also, his best finish was only 4th place. He got it twice. Atlanta in 2023 and Talladega in 2023. So
Corey LaJoie. He drives for Spire Motorsports in the number 7 Chevy. Sponsors by Celsius, Nigu. Oh, Nigu. Okay. Never give up. That's what that is for. It's a little girl named Jessie Reese. Her foundation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you gotta look that story up. Very cool. Schluter Systems, Fraternal Order of Eagles, Nations Guard, and where all the money is coming from now. The newest sponsor, Gainbridge, who's come in and just flooded this small team with a bunch of money coming into this year. So I expect big things. The reason I started pulling for Corey LaJoy,
Yeah.
I was a Matty D fan. Matty D lost his ride because Tim Cindric wanted his son to come up, and then they brought up freaking Jeff Burton's
Oh, Jeff Burton.
baby wrecking machine.
He is not
And
very
they put him in the Wood Brothers car, and it's been just as good as you would expect. Anyway, so Matty D was gone. So I picked another underdog, and I picked, I like underdogs. I went with Corey LaJoy. I liked his podcast, Stacking Pennies. Thought he was funny. He had a badass mullet at one point, so that didn't hurt. Some pros on Corey. He's a good driver. He outdrives his equipment. I'll say that. He's really good. He's a really good driver. He's perfect. I'm not even going to cons because there's not any.
He hasn't won.
Well, he was gonna win in Atlanta on the last lap.
He was gonna.
This snowboarder from Georgia came out of nowhere and ran him into the wall. So.
Not the first time. Or the only one he's done that to.
No, he did it to Matty D too.
He's a severe underdog.
Oh, he's on the
That's
next
what
episode
cons.
too. I got a lot of cons on that little brat. But anyway, I digress. Corey LaJoy is your favorite driver that you don't even know about right now. So if I can leave you with any advice, is to go for the 7. Make it easy on yourself. Life is awesome. Plus, she'll flash you to get you to go for 1, huh?
Crash testing.
Oh, yeah. But if you pull for Corey LaJoy, if I see you at the Bristol Night Race, I'm going to talk to you.
And if you like someone who wins once in a while, go for Ross Chastain.
Once in a while.
More than you.
If you like somebody that you're going to cry tears when he finally does win, Corey LaJoy. All right.
Anyway.
That's all we got. Tune in next week and we will go over car number. Let me see if I can do this in my head. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
No, 13.
14,
14.
and 15.
Yeah. Something like that.
So we'll see you then. Love you. Bye.
Bye.